What up, everybody? 18 here. So yesterday I got the privilege of going to see Avengers Infinity War at it was like a 7 o'clock showing or something. Unfortunately, I didn't have the pleasure of seeing, like, I think it was like the first maybe 7 minutes of the movie. So I kind of missed like the trailers and the first part of the movie, but I got in there enough to know what was going on. The movie started off with them where I think Thor Ragnarok left off. I'm gonna leave the spoilers like towards the end of the video because this movie is really hard to explain without giving away anything. Like, because it's a lot of stuff that's in the trailers that aren't in the movie, and they did a real good job of keeping a lot of stuff secret and not giving too much away. But this movie was very I'm not even sure how to explain it, because I walked out of this movie with so many different emotions. Feeling like depressed, happy, excited, sad, and stuff like that. It was a lot of stuff for me that made me happy. There was things that made me mad, and, like, irritated me. Things that were happening in this movie. I can't pinpoint. I have to see it again, basically, to actually figure out how I stand on this movie. But overall, the movie as a whole was good. I was very pleased with the money I spent to go see this movie. So, let's talk about Thanos. Thanos was by far, next to Loki and Killmonger, one of the best Marvel villains that they had in a long time, dude. Like, I know people were saying that about Killmonger and stuff. I think Killmonger was one of the best human villain, a human villain with a purpose. Like, Thanos, yeah, he had a purpose in his own twisted way, but once they start showing backstories, you kind of like, man, this dude he been working hard to get where he at right now, man. Like, he had a drive like no other. Like, he literally cared only about the Infinity Gauntlet, man, and it was crazy, man. But I tip my hat off to Josh Brolin, man, because he killed that role, man. Like, that role, I couldn't see anybody else playing Thanos after watching that movie, man. Like, yeah, you meet Thanos in like Guardians and who was the end of, what was it, Age of Ultron or whatever. But we really didn't get Thanos out of those two. But this movie is, like everybody say, it is Thanos' movie. He owned this movie. It was his to control. But Josh Brolin just set the bar high for like Marvel villains everywhere. The look of Thanos I liked, but there were some parts where it was like, all right, the CGI looked pretty bad in there. So, but I mean, it's not too much to like be bothered by or whatever. But there were definitely some shots in there that looked a little cartoony. But I mean, that's for every superhero movie. So, I say Thor probably was like the fan favorite of my theater, man. Like, he had a lot of cheers throughout the movie. Him and I'll probably say Tony Stark. Him and Tony Stark had the most cheers, and Cap had some too. But Thor, this is like literally Thor's best movie out of all his movies, man. I think this was Thor's best. He had a lot of dialogue in this movie. I think out of all the Avengers, he had like the most screen time, I think. But I loved his interaction with the Guardians. Um, it was a running joke. He kept calling Rocket a rabbit, and it just stuck. And Rocket basically didn't even care about it. But it was like it was real funny, man. I thought that was pretty funny. And like Chris Hemsworth, man, this dude is just like, he's like getting into that comedy gene, man. Like he is really good at comedy for some reason. Like he did real good in Ragnarok, so I was surprised that he was able to mix like the comedy and the drama in this movie, because this is like, it does, like every Marvel movie, have like certain jokes thrown in and stuff like that, but it's a very dark movie, man. Like it's a lot of stuff that happened, and that kind of catch you off guard. But there were some characters, which I'm gonna save for the end of the video, that yes, they met their demise, and there were some characters that weren't even in there, like like they showed them and they was never seen again. There are, well, I want to say, like, there's the Stan Lee cameo, which I thought was pretty sweet. But there's one cameo in there, dude. It's a cameo from a character from one of the early MCU movies, man, and it threw everybody off guard when this person popped up on screen. Everybody in the theater gasped. I was like, oh my god, dude, it was amazing, man. Overall, man, I think this movie did really well. It was one of the better Marvel, or the better Avengers movies, I would say. The better Marvel movies, I still rate Winter Soldier and Black Panther up top. But I give this movie a good, I say a 4 out of 5 stars, man, because like there are some things in here that will irritate you, and you're gonna cheer, you're gonna cry. If you don't cry, you will get watery-eyed. I know that for sure. And it's some things that you're gonna get mad at, man. Like it's a lot of things in here. Not a lot of things, but it's some things in here that will irritate you. So at this point, I'm gonna let anybody who don't wanna get spoiled or anything, you can click off the the video right now. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, but if not, that's cool. Share, whatever. Drop a comment, whatever. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Are y'all still here? Okay. Spoilers, man. This is a spoiler, man. The beginning of the movie, when I walked in, it was Thanos on board of Thor's ship from Ragnarok. And he, like, is looking for the Cosmic Cube or whatever, the Tesseract as they call it. And apparently he already had the Power Stone from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like he said, he like decimated that planet and took the fucking Power Stone, which I think I read somewhere that they didn't even show it, and he just did it like off screen or something. But no, he like gets the cube from Loki, because everybody know Loki took it at the end of Ragnarok. And Loki like basically taunting him like, oh yeah, we got a Hawk. And then Hawk come in and he's like start whooping on Thanos. And Thanos was like just taking his shots. Like it was like watching Bane fight Batman for the first time. Like it was like crazy, man. Like then like he just started beating Hawk ass. I was like, what? What? And he like knocked Hawk out, man. Like literally like on the floor, man. Like he hit him. I don't even remember how he knocked it out. It might have been like a right hook or something, but he fucked Hawk up. And then like after that, he like Loki tried to reason with him, and he ended up killing Heimdall. Idris Elba character. I don't know how you pronounce that name. And then he ended up killing Loki, man. Like it was like death after death, and I was like, this dude's serious, man. He ain't come here for no games, man. So literally, dude, Hulk gets sent back to Earth by the Bifrost because Heimdall Idris, I'm gonna just call him Idris. He sent him back right before he died, and then on the way back, he transformed back into Bruce Banner. Literally, dude, the Hulk did not come back for the rest of the movie, man. Like, every time Bruce Banner tried to fucking change into the Hulk, he was scared or something, man. He was like, no. I was like, oh, Thanos then bitched out the Hulk, man. Like, he was so scared. Like, he was like, fuck that. I'm not fighting no more, man. It was like fucking crazy. It kind of made me mad because that scene at the end of the first Avengers trailer is not even in the movie, man. Like, they cut a lot of stuff out from the trailer, man. They Suicide Squad us, man. That cameo I was talking about earlier. The cameo is fucking Red Skull, dude. Red Skull returns from Captain America, the first Avenger. Apparently, he did not get disintegrated like everybody thought. He just got transferred to another realm or something, and he was like the keeper of the Soul Stone. And so, like, he's been there for like, I don't remember how long he said, like 70 years or something like that. Like, he's been there for a minute, and like, like, they went to some planet, I forgot what it was called, but like, that's because Gamora was the only person who knew where the Soul Stone was. And so, Thanos was like torturing Nebula, like, hey, if you don't tell me where Soul Stone is, I'm gonna kill your sister. So she ended up giving in. And then when they get there, they like, oh, well, the only way you can get the Soul Stone is you gotta sacrifice a life. As soon as he said it, I was like, Gamora about to die. I was like, I already knew, man. Because regardless of what Gamora thought, like, in Thanos' weird own way, man, like, he actually did love Gamora, man. Like, they showed the backstory, and you kind of see, like, his weird-ass father-daughter relationship with Gamora, man. And it's really kind of heartbreaking, man, with the way they show it. And it's like, it's really hard to watch, man, because like, he ended up like killing her, and like, he was like genuinely sad that he killed her. And it was just like, for maybe a split second, you kind of felt sorry for Thanos. And it maybe wasn't even for Thanos, probably was just for Josh Brolin. But yeah, it was some sad moments in there, man. Like, I'm still trying to gather myself from this movie. It was so crazy. He ends up getting the Mind Stone from Vision, but like before that, because Scarlet Witch was like, oh, let me destroy it, or Vision was like, hey, destroy this stone or whatever, so he won't get it. And she ends up destroying it. But before that, Thanos had got the Time Stone from Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange went through all these different futures to see how they would win this fight, and he come back like, oh, we only win one fight. It was like 14 million different possibilities, and they only won one. I was like, shit. So he ended up giving the fucking Time Stone up. So apparently he knows what to do. And when Scarlet Witch kills Vision, all he does is use the Time Stone to bring him back. I was like, oh my god, dude. It was fucking crazy. Then he just ripped it out of fucking Vision head, man. It was fucked up, man. Like a lot of people got fucked up in there, man. Like once he got like all the Soul Stones, Thor got Thor gets the Stormbreaker, and he freaking can open the Bifrost like at any time because the way it was made, something like that. And you know, he comes to Wakanda, man, and he just goes crazy through all these aliens trying to break through Wakanda's defenses and stuff. And take in mind, dude, Black Panther, if y'all coming to see this movie for Black Panther don't even have a lot of screen time. He probably was on the screen for like 10 minutes, man, max. If that, man. Like, he did not have a lot of screen time. So I think a lot of people who, if you coming to see this movie for Black Panther, don't, man. Like, because he's not going to be in there for that long. So Thor, like, he grabs not the Bifrost, the Stormbreaker, and he like drives it into fucking Thanos' chest, and then Thanos like, oh, you should have went for the head, and then he fucking snaps his fingers, and all these other people start disintegrating, dude. Like, I'm like, oh my god, dude, it was fucking nuts, man. Everybody just started turning into dust and stuff, and like, literally, bro, I almost cried when Spider-Man died. Spider-Man started disintegrating, and he just like turning to this helpless kid, man. Like, it's like he's no longer Spider-Man, he's just Peter Parker, man. And it was really sad, man, just because Tom Holland killed that part, man, because like I genuinely felt sorry for Tony, because it's like, damn, it's kind of your fault for bringing him in here, man. But it was really sad. And then like the end of the movie just ends with basically the core Avengers, basically like, what do we do now? And then they show Thanos walking into like some little hut or whatever, looking over to the sea, watching the sunset, and he just smiled and it go off. And I'm like, oh my god. Like the end credit scene is just Nick Fury and Maria Hill just learning about what Thanos has done, and then Nick Fury tries to go and hit this distress call on his pager, and as they start to disintegrate, they show the pager, and Captain Marvel logo pops up. So I thought that was pretty sweet, and I really had to do research on Captain Marvel, because I had a smoothie. I didn't know anything about her. I was more DC, man. I knew everything about Captain Marvel at DC, but apparently she's like the strongest person in the Marvel universe, man. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like, why haven't you called her yet? like why have you waited for this long to call her, man? Like, she could have ended all this. Like, these are the burning questions of this movie, man. I was like, okay, man, like, now you guys got this gigantic Marvel universe, and you can't really use all the characters. Like, Luke Cage could have been helpful. Iron Fist, Black Bolt. Y'all should have made Inhumans a movie instead of a trash ass TV show. I mean, it's different people that could have helped out, you know. And then I just bought the rights from the Fox, so I mean, Silver Surfer could have got brought in. Adam Warlock. It's just a lot of stuff, kind of like this movie. Like, I know this is how it's supposed to play out in the movie and stuff, but in reality, if y'all trying to make this a real world comic book movie, then y'all should have brought all these people, man, that had a real battle. Like, don't start something you can't finish. But like I said, it was a good movie, man. I'm not bashing it. It was just really irritating that some of these characters weren't in the movie, man. Like, I don't know, man. I'm excited for the Captain Marvel movie now, just because I'm like, well, it seemed like she the only person that can defeat this dude. So, I mean, and I do think that a lot of the other Avengers is gonna die in the next one. So, really, that's my review, man. If y'all liked it, man, like I said, hit a like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to go see it again to get a better viewing and understanding of it, because in a very kind of loud crowd, but at the same time, it felt good to be in a loud audience, man, because they really get you engaged in the movie. So if you get a chance, go see it with a crowd, man. Don't go see it your first viewing like in the matinee or something. Go see it at midnight or nighttime or whatever, man. Go see that shit, man. It's a really good movie, man. It's the crowd will get you hyped up for all the hyped up moments, man. I really recommend it, and I definitely recommend it probably seeing it a second time, because you're going to want and need to. All right, y'all. I am ATN. I'm out of here. I'm gonna try to post another video after I see it again. So keep checking back. I'm gonna keep bringing y'all videos. All right, deuces.